fun stuff today. We're gonna have a blast. I hope you're all having a great day in Middle Earth too. So welcome to another live stream. There's already a bunch of us here. Awesome, great to see. Realized I forgot to turn the light on behind my helmet's up there. But that's no big deal. You guys can see me. That's all that matters. How's it going, everybody? So today we're gonna do a fun kinship event. Okay. So we are going to be holding this kinship event at Belle's house. All right, so because Belle is one of the people who came up with the idea, I've kind of woven it in. I was thinking of doing something similar too, and so great minds think alike. So here's what we're gonna do. So the goal of today is we're gonna meet up. We're gonna have fun at one of our kinship houses, and we are going to do campfire stories. Okay, for a little while. And then for the rest of the video, we will also be exploring. So if you're watching this later as a video or you hear it live, that is kind of the goal for today. So two separate things. And I believe one of my other subscribers, John Hammer, was saying we have the Durin's Day event, which I would love to go and check that area out for Durin's Day. So I think that's what we'll do after. So that is our goal today. I just realized I logged into the wrong character. But look at how cool I look. Oh, no, I didn't. This is me. This is Zollin. I just forgot I have my fancy new pirate getup. All right, with my little bird, which is actually kind of cool. So we'll keep it. All right. So basically, what we're gonna do is we'll get on over there and we'll have some fun. So if you guys want to join us for the future, so we're on the server CrickHollow, okay. And if you would like to join us in the future for doing other events like this, we'll meet up at someone's house. Someone will host it, okay? Or some location with a campfire. And we're gonna do different stories. The way I thought about doing it for my streams, we may have other events we do, just the kinship. But for streams like this, is that people will have like themed stories ahead. You can kind of like put it on a notepad or something, and then you can copy and paste it into the chat. And I will read some of them for us. All right, and then you can do emotes and stuff in the game and things like that. And I will leave the typing thing up so everyone can see the story, and I will blow it up right now and stuff like that. So let us go over to our kinship house. This will be fun. So this is kind of a little bit of an experiment today for a kinship event, okay? I think it'll be fun though. I like doing things off the cuff sometimes. Well, I mean, I thought about this, but it's not that off the cuff. All right, let's see here. I want to go to my premium. No, that's not. Yep, premium house. That's where I'm going. Focus. Got a new blue shirt. This is actually, I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but this is a different hat or cap than my other blue one. This one is just pure blue. The other one has some lines through it and has a little different shape. I got it at the Highland Games. Very fun. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to ride up to the front gate here, and then I will. Ooh, I'm going to open my gifts too. Get some goodies. Let me refresh my live stream chat so I can see if you guys are saying stuff. Also, there's the event going on. The Fall Festival is spreading good-hearted tricks and tasty treats across Middle Earth. Join in and starting at the Shire, where Mr. Bilbo Baggins has left one last surprise for his neighbors. This is like the Harvest Festival / Halloween event for Lord of the Rings Online going on right now. I have been super busy. I know I've been like having a video come out every day, and that's because I planned ahead. But I've been really busy this part of the month. I should be less busy by after tomorrow. I have an orchestra performance tomorrow. So, yeah, it's been kind of crazy. This has been a crazy month. Orchestras, choirs, jury duty, and then like a bunch of other things, the Highland Games, which I will make some fun blog videos for you guys. All right, so I am traveling to Belle's house. So I'm going to go back in the neighborhood here. And I need to go to, this is one of our neighborhoods that we're using for our kinship, the Voice of the Rings kinship. All right, I'm going to travel into that one. Oh yeah, Belle's right. I could have just clicked on our name and traveled like this. but it's more fun to travel walking. So you can just click on your friend's. Wait, Belle, is this your new character right here? Yeah, that is. And then you say visit. All right, and that will use your travel to kinship member's house. All right, they have to have their house designated, which Belle does. But just so you know, as a kinship, if you're in our kinship, you have to actually choose in house, and you have to have it starred which house you want people to visit. Okay, these little stars. All right, I am going to ride up though, because it's more epic that way. We're gonna go have campfire stories. I don't know, I was thinking of the name of the event, and I thought that would be the most straightforward name. Yeah, yes. I saw the Morrowind, that's why I knew. Theme the names. It is nice when names are themed. Welcome to the Fall Festival. Oh, we're having our own Fall Festival. I didn't even think about it too, but like, campfire stories, kind of like, you know, spooky stories around the fire. Kind of like fall Halloween-ish, right? I'm not like a huge Halloween fan, personally. I don't mind Halloween. I don't really like all the death and ghouly stuff. I'm not really a fan of that. But I do love like the trick-or-treat aspect, candy, and you know, dressing up as your favorite superhero or, you know, fantasy character, anime, whatever. I mean, that's cool. I think that's awesome. All right. We're here. This is Belle's house. Ta-da. All right. Wow, look at it. It's all themed for Harvest and Halloween. Very cool. Oh, I like your, that's a cool steed. Look at that steed, you guys. Look at how cool it is. All right. Hello. I'm not sure how many other people are going to be in-game with us today. I know we were going to have a couple, but, you know, not everybody can always show up for every live stream. I understand that. Including myself. You're like, wait, what? I have a tea, and it has, we were wondering what that is. It's called coconut jelly. Basically just little jellies. I actually bought it yesterday and left it in the fridge, and it tastes really good still. Also, just for people watching later, before we start our little event here, we're gonna wait for people for a minute. So anyone else who's gonna get up here. We are going to be doing the Return to Moria, a live stream on Tuesday, I believe, because that is when it is released. Let me just turn down this music for a second. There we go. We'll just do that background music. So yes, we will be doing that on Tuesday. I am very excited for that game. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, right? Because still disappointed with the Golem game. But it looks, we have a lot more information about the Return to Moria game, a lot more, and it's like I've seen gameplay already, character creation, that kind of stuff. I may throw 1 or 2 videos out about it in the next 2 days. I might make a couple after the stream. A few things I've found in information, just so you guys kind of know ahead, a little bit, a day or two ahead. But that'll be really cool. So, but yes, hopefully I can play the game for you guys, have fun hanging out on Tuesday, and see if it's something fun that you will want to get as well, right? So that's kind of the goal. I'll review it at the same time as you guys see it. Well, why are we being summoned to the Dale Hills? We are where we are supposed to be for this event, the campfire event. We will explore the Dale Hills, though, after we do our little event here. Oh, I see. Okay. All right, John Hammer. Yeah, okay. We'll accept it. Send it again. He says you get the location and then come back. Yeah. That's fair. Right. Well, while you're there, that makes sense. Go ahead and send it one more time. Oh. All right. We'll go check out the little event thing here real quick. And we'll teleport back. Oh, well, all right. I'm down. The event takes less than a minute, John Hammer says, so I think we can take a minute. Sorry, Taylor. Just read your comment. That's pretty funny. Not really ready to... No, not ready to... Oh, sweet. This is the spot. Oh, look at the last light of Durin's day. And mind you, I believe they're doing this event right now because... Wow, this is great lighting. Look at this. This lighting is freaking awesome, dude. I'm assuming they're doing this because this is the last light of Durin's day. Oh, there's the thrush. There's the thrush, guys. Look at there he is. He's so cute. He's actually adorable. Look at him. Oh, he's doing his classic dunk 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 sound. Oh, you have to be a certain level. Okay. Well, they can see where it is. And if you want to get up here, guys, I know how to get up here. There's a little spot. You climb up these hills. See where my mouse is? And there's a little spot right here. And I believe you can just, like, walk along this path up into the mountains. And it curves around up here. So, gosh, look at that beautiful, beautiful background, though. It's really cool. All right, so Durin's Day. When hope was lowest, a red ray of the sun fell on the smooth rock face. You stand at Erebor's secret entrance on the very hour of Durin's Day that Bilbo Baggins and Thorin and company did long ago. The secret door has long been removed, but of late a seemingly plain slab of stone has been placed before it. Step forward and see what becomes of it when the dying sun lights its face. Cool. Wow, this looks awesome. What's happening? Oh. Here on Durin's Day, Thorin II, Oakenshield, King of the I can't read fast enough. King of the Longbeard, son of Thrain, son of Thror, unlocked this door. The runes begin. Okay. Cool. And then do I need to turn the quest in again? Where is it? Was that it? Did we finish it? Oh, I guess we finished it. 5 turbine points. Observer of Durin's Day. I guess we're done. The deed. Read the runes upon the stone. Okay, so they only glow at Durin's Day every year. That's kind of a cool event. Yeah, how long does this last? Like, I mean, I'm assuming this, And also, does it keep this perfect lighting in this spot? Just all the time so you get the quest done? We have to be exactly in the right spot and exactly the right time. That's it. Until the 22nd. Okay. All right. 23rd. Very cool. Well, that was fun. Thank you, John Hammer, for showing us that. Because I actually just didn't even realize that that was an event. Look at that. Look at that. That's gorgeous. It's really pretty. I see where you're saying this would be a good spot to do the event, too. Maybe later on in the future. Maybe we can make a Durin's Day event every year. I'm trying to remember. Wow, look at that. That's pretty. Here, I'm going to go away for a minute. You can see the moon crested up there, too. See the moon? That's pretty cool. The Lonely Mountain, the secret entrance. Well, that was pretty awesome. Let's go do our campfire event, everyone. Yeah, that's really neat. I love how they did the lighting. Again, the lighting in this game is really, really good. And look at, I mean, look at that. Look at that lighting. How cool is that? I love the rays. You can see them kind of move when I move the camera. Isn't that cool? I don't know, man. I think the lighting in this game is fantastic. Hopefully it looks really good for you guys since I'm doing the stream in high definition. Alrighty. Off we go to Belle's house. So now we're going to do the normal way. We're going to click on Belle and say visit her house. And we will teleport there. We do need, are you saying like LOTRO needs an event calendar? But you know what? We could make an event calendar. You know? If we put it together, if some of you wanted to help me out, if we put all the dates together that you guys all know of events for LOTRO that are yearly things, I could put it on our site. Right? I could put it on voiceofrings.com. Get the calendar up there on a page. We could have one, because I was planning on already doing one for the Kinship on the site, but then it would be nice to have like events for LOTRO too, right? So like I want to have one that's, it could be a mix too, of course. I could, you know, theme it. You know, this is our stuff, this is LOTRO stuff. But I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to have like the Kinship things that we start planning up there on the site. That's what I was planning on doing. But like we could also put LOTRO things. That's probably a pretty good thing to add on there. All right. Yeah, it would be cool. That just, see, in my mind, that sounds really fun to do, and I want to do it. But that's also like 15, 20 hours of work, right? Like, it goes through my head. I'm like, I don't have time right now, but we'll do that. We'll get it done sooner or later. But yes, it would be fun to kind of schedule things. Maybe like, you know, yeah, different raids each month or whatever. And of course, if we can't do them, we will do something else fun at that time, right? Say we schedule a raid and then, you know, 10 people end up finding out they can't come. Well, then we'll do something else fun. We'll do a 3-man. If there's only a couple of us, right? That kind of thing. So for this event, I may have brought... I got them. They're actually from France, apparently. They're little chocolates with marshmallows in them. It's like s'mores. Oh, yummy. They're good. I'm gonna vote John Hammer's Secretary of Kid. Odie is moral officer. Yes, keeping everyone's morals up. Or morale. Sorry. Not moral. Morale. Alright. Well, I forget. Can we sit on these chairs? Probably not on these, but that's fine. We can just sit around the fire. Alright, my friends. So welcome. I know we took a few minutes here to start, but welcome to our first ever Lord of the Rings Kinship event. Fireside Stories. Alright. And actually probably better. Fireside. Probably a better name. So that's what we're going to call it. Fireside Stories. Today we have a couple Kinship members who have brought up events and things, and we were going to have fun. So I'm going to bring up our Kinship chat here. What were we saying we were going to put it in? You guys were saying? Forget what you guys said. We were going to put the chat in for doing the stories. Let's see here. Was it emote chat or No, what's just the roleplay one? Is it just roleplay? RP? Oh, yes. That would be a good one. That would be a good one. Here, I'm going to show everyone how to do this real quick. Okay, so I'm going to make a new tab. This is going to be for... I'll just say RP. So the role... Or I'll just type it out. Roleplay, so we know which one that is. And now I'm going to go into filters here. This is how you want to make it yourself sometime. I'm going to turn everything off. I'm going to leave emote on. I'm going to leave everything else off. It'd be... Actually, I could leave kinship on probably, but... Basically, I'm going to turn everything but roleplay off and say. Okay, so now you see these are all unchecked. There. Okay, so we have say, roleplay, and emotes. So now that's everything that should show up in here, okay? Alright, so output channel roleplay. See, so I can go, hi, but that's a little tiny for the stream. So now I'm going to go into options real quick, and we're going to go to our key, where is it? So no, it's under chat. There it is, chat. All right, and now I'm going to go to roleplay. This one. I'm going to bring it up to as big as possible. There we go. And roleplay, I think we're going to put it as... Let's see. I think we'll do it as... Maybe like... I'm trying to think what would be easy for me to read. I think we'll do it as yellow. Okay? Yellowish gold. There we go. We have yellowish gold. So now we can do story. Alright, there we go. And now I will take this and I will make it bigger here so you guys can see what we are saying for the event. That is about as big as I can make it, unfortunately. I'd like to make it a little bigger, but maybe I can find a mod to make the chat even bigger in LOTRO, since I play on a big screen here. What's up? Hello, Jeffer. What's up? Alright. I'm going to bring the music back down. It's a little loud. There, we'll just leave it in the background real quiet. Alright. So who would like to be the first one to do the story? Do a story. Oh, that's true. The overhead chat bubbles? Okay, I can turn those on. Let me turn those on. Let's see. It's under chat. So... Enable time. Oh, timestamps. I actually like that. I forgot there were... Oh, no, I forgot. Timestamps add a bunch of random information. Never mind. I thought it was just... Wait, where is the time bubble? I mean, the chat bubble over the head. I thought it was under chat. You remember where it is, guys? Social? Dexcam. It's social. Okay. Oh, yeah, bubble. Okay. Oh, there it is. Chat bubble. Oh, only spoken in say. Okay, so we wouldn't be able to use a role play, though. That's the only problem with that. Alright, Belle has a story. Alright. So here's what I'm going to say. Belle, can you copy and paste it in the RP and then maybe say as well? So they can kind of see it. But the problem is the say bubble doesn't last very long if you're copying a whole story. So no matter what, just post it in the RP and we'll get going here. Bubble test. Well, I can definitely see the thing over your head. So I think we're good. So you'll know who it's coming from. I could leave floating names on, but it gets a little messy. So obviously we have Belle, John Hammers, and not. I always can't say your name in game. Narinor. Narinor? All right. Yes, that is a bonus there. All right, we're gonna do it like this, so it's not quite as much as the screen. How about that? Does that look nice? That looks nice. We'll do it like this, so it looks a little more clean. That's true, John Hammer. But Bell wanted to use the roleplay chat, but we could just use this say. I have say and roleplay in this filter. And emote. So, we're perfectly set up for doing the event here. So all of this other stuff will go away. There won't be more world chat when we play here. Though I just realized I think I may have renamed my general tab by mistake. Oh well, I'll fix it. I'll fix it later. I wanted to add a new tab, but oh, you know what? I might be at my limit of tabs. That might be why. All right, here's our first story, everyone. Wild are the tales of the Hobbit. Wah, expressant. Most of them are true, if I don't miss my guess. But wildest of all tales that they tell is that of fearless young Osbert Odell. Osbert was little, but he was a hobbit whom none could outride, outshoot, or outplan. Ride, he could ride anything that could run and could outdo any hobbit in the Shire. Ooh, I like this story. Back in those days, there were hobbits in the west, and Osbert Odell was as good as the best. Only the bravest could carry the mail through the terrible dangers that haunted the trail. This is a good story. Well, hello, Brian. Welcome to the stream. We're doing campfire stories. Dangers there were on the night I describe. For Osbert encountered a goblin horde. Blackie, his pony, gave a new burst of speed. No goblin warg could equal that steed. That was kind of like a rhyme. That was kind of cool. I like that. Axes and arrows whizzed over his head as into the foe, and right through them he sped. Brigands had raided the station ahead. The horses were stolen. His partner was dead. Uh-oh. It's no good. Now, Renor. Okay. Sorry, Sherry G. Onward went Osbert over the trail, for such was the life when you carry the mail. Rivers they forded. The bridges there were none. While crossing one stream, he was stopped by an orc. "Halt!" cried the orc on the bank of the creek, as together they fired. By the light of the sun, still lay the stranger whom Osbert had met. For all that I know, he is lying there yet. I like it's definitely rhymey. It's a rhymey story, isn't it? You are correct, Odie. You're welcome to join us over here if you want. Onward went Osbert into the west, as a spot of crimson appeared on his vest. Together they continued their hazardous ride, the powerful pony with the brave hobbit astride. I like that a lot. It's a very catchy little rhyme story. Into the town of Hobbiton did they go, as blotches of blood marked their way through the snow. This was the end of the perilous trail, though goblins and arrows through blizzards and hail. Through goblins. That's kind of a cool little story of a brave hobbit, Osbert, and his pony. What was the pony's name again? There you go. Pop quiz, guys. Can you remember the name? Osbert dismounted and cried with a wail. "Oh, darn it all! I forgot the mail!" Oh, bummer. He rode through all that in the end. Yeah, man, have you guys ever been in that in real life? Oh, yeah. Yes. In real life, you're like, you did all this work and then forgot the main reason you came. The end. All right, that was by Belle. Great story, Belle. Did you customize that a lot? I'm assuming you did a lot of that yourself. And the pony was, okay, black tie. Oh, okay, okay. All right, I think I read it wrong when I read the story, but. Very cool, very cool. I like that story a lot. That was a fantastically well done story. Not had to find a good Hobbit name. Yes, that's pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. It was a really good story. Does anyone else have any fun thing they want to tell us? You could type it out ahead and then press enter or put it on a notepad. That's another thing for later, guys. If you want to do stuff like this with us, with like a story event like this or campfire stories, you could type it out ahead on a notepad or find stories online if you wanted to and kind of theme them for Lord of the Rings. There's lots of stuff you could do. You don't have to have written this entire story yourself. Well, that was a great story. Let's all clap for. Very nice, very nice. I thoroughly enjoyed that story. All right, so I guess I will. All right, here we go. John Hammer's got a story. The horrifying tale of Huka Kruka. This is a scary one. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're doing stories around the campfire. That information thing over there is the story we just did from Belle. John Hammer is now going to do one. In the Shire, after a lovely party at the Methel stage, a young hobbit and his favorite hobbit lass. Got into his wagon and drove down to the Great Willow. The Great Willow has a favorite spot for young hobbits who were courting. As they rode down the hill, Paladin Took appeared in the moonlight ahead. "Be careful," he said. Oh, cool, Odie. Sounds good. The goblins' marauder, Kuka, is about tonight. Uh-oh. We got a scary story. Two young hobbits laughed at the old man. The two young hobbits. Why should we worry about a goblin here in the Shire? they laughed. You should be worried, the Took told them. I cut off one of his hands last night. He is a one-handed goblin, and they are the worst of all. The two young hobbits laughed and continued down to the Great Willow to be on their own. It's a good story. What's going to be the scary part? As they arrived at the Great Willow and were about to begin eating the pies stashed in the back of their wagon, they heard a terrible screeching in the back. Scary. It got louder, and then they heard a voice say, "I don't know if I want the pies or the halflings. They both smell delicious." They grabbed their reins and rode off at full speed in the dark, back towards Bywater, leaving the frightening voice behind. As they approached the light of the town, they began to laugh. Ah! We just imagined that. What a silly fright. There are no goblins in the Shire. As they disembarked their wagon to enter the Green Dragon, the young hobbit lass walked around the back of the wagon and saw, to her horror, oh no, saw what? A hook with a bloody stump stuck in the wagon bed right next to the pies. Ugh. Ah, welcome to our little gathering. Gasp. Oh my gosh, that's a good scary story. The end. Oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right, I think I need to say a story now. Let's see. I know I can recount one of Zollin's adventures. Yes, I will recount an adventure. This is a true story. Wink. All right. So, long ago, this was about 43 years ago. I can recount. I have a good story. I have a very good story. I can recount the story of Zollin Ironshield when he was a very young dwarf. So it's a little farther back than 43 years. This is a better story. This is back. Gosh, I forget how old am I? How old is Zollin right now? This is at least 120 years ago. This is back when I was a young dwarven lad. I was 18 years of old. Barely even a small child in the eyes of the dwarves. I was helping my father, Zollin, at the Lonely Mountain. We were, he was the captain of the Royal Guard in Erebor at the time. I was assisting him that day. I was just learning, following along. I had begged him over and over that I could come and join him for one of his wonderful stories, and travels through the Erebor itself. He then took me, and we had a wonderful time, and I was following him around. I had my awesome dwarven-made spear. It was a high, long spear. These spears are very impressively made. They have special different metal alloys where they stand about 11 feet tall, so they're pretty large, especially for dwarves. And we also had our shield, the Ironshield. We'll save that for another story to tell you the differences of where we got our last name. But just know that we had the Ironshield with us. It was technically my father's. He wielded it at the time, even though I now wield it myself. We were on our mission, so there are two different spots in Erebor. We were then walking down. We were at the main treasury room. There are two treasury rooms. There was a smaller one that had the special valuables and historical artifacts, all right? And we also had the larger one, which you see in the Hobbit movies. Not that that matters. Don't want to take out the immersion there, but you know which one I'm talking about. It's the one with all the gold in it, right? So there were these two different treasure rooms. We were in between the both in one of the main hallways, when suddenly this great whooshing of air blew through the halls. And it was warm. It was a warm air. And it blew to the halls with a howling, horrible howling sound, from what I remember as a child. And we did not know what it was. At that point, we then heard the warning bells sound in Erebor, and much screaming at the front gate. And at that moment, my father ordered the guard to split up and realized this was no training exercise. So he sent all the guards in every which way except for our small group. He told me to stay right next to him at the time, because I was, again, a very young dwarf at the time. If we consider in human years, I would have been like 11 years old as a human, right? 11 or 12, if we can see the difference of the dwarf stories, okay? So as my father told all the command of wherever we're to go, Zollin then, with his soldiers, we guarded the special room, which is what his royal duties were. He was the royal guardsman for the treasury. And so we guarded the treasury and stood there. My father said, Zollin, if something really bad happens, you are not obligated to stay here. You can run. At this point, I was a little bit worried as a small dwarf. I was not sure what was happening. We then heard more and more fighting at the front gates, and it began to get rather hot in the hall. Very hot. Unusually hot. It was the middle of winter. It should not have been that warm. We had no fires going. The forges were not running that day. So I was a little confused to why it was getting so warm in the very, very large hallway, right? Again, this hallway is 200 feet high. It's not a small hallway. At that moment, I heard a terrible breaking sound. It sounded like the mountain itself was splitting in two. I did not know what it was, and I was quite worried at that point as a small dwarven child. And then I heard it. The terrible sound of a roar. And it was a dragon. And I had never directly heard a dragon at that point in my life yet, but I knew from the stories that must be a dragon. So at that point, my father looked quite horrified for a dwarf, and he was no weakling. But he knew something bad was happening. At this point, we then heard rumbling coming down the hallway. And there it was, around the corner of the hallway. Remember, this hallway is quite large. 200-something feet high. It's at least 300 feet wide. It's not a small hallway. But around the corner came a dragon at full speed. He was just going straight for the small special treasury, which we were guarding at that moment. It was not a good feeling to have a dragon running you down. All right, it was very terrifying. So the dragon came at us. The royal guards formed a line. My father, Zollin, was like, "Form the line!" And they put down their spears and their shields. And presently, the dragon then shot a fire blast, which I hit around the corner of the wall because my father told me to go there. And the fire hit them, and they were all okay. They were specially designed armor and gear. If you know about dwarves, they are pretty much the only race that can fight a dragon without just perishing instantly. And then there was some horrible noises over the next 20 seconds of fighting and cracking of walls, breaking of armor, just yells of pain. It was not an ideal memory. And then at that point, I looked around the corner to see great fighting happening, but pretty much with one swing of this great dragon's tail, he killed at least 10 of our Royal Guard dwarves, and then on the other way, he swung the other way with his claw, and just his claws were like spears themselves, almost as long as the spears the dwarves were wielding. He swung and he killed another of 5 of our friends. It was horrible. I knew all these dwarves as a child, so even though they were much older than me, and some of them were wounded, some people's broken legs, and at that point, the only thing that stood between the one royal door and that was my father and 2 other of the royal guard, who were all hurt in the moment, and I was also there, and there was nowhere for me to run. I was just around the edge of the door, and pretty much, if he got in this room, I was going to die. So at that point, I realized I need to help my father. So I grabbed the spear and my shield, and I ran up beside my father. My father, knowing, he didn't even tell me to run. He knew that this was probably it for us. So he said, "Good lad," to me. And then we put our shields up on our spears. And the dragon came at us, not really caring directly about us at this point. He had this lustful look in his eyes, staring at the small treasure hoard behind us. Because remember, this wasn't the main treasure room. That was down the hall, all right? The main big one. This is the small one. It had the special relics and valuables of the dwarves, some of the most valuable treasures of the dwarves in this room. Of course, it was big enough for the dragon to fit in, so it wasn't a small room. Don't get confused with my terminology there. Then, as the dragon came out over us, my father and me both pressed our spears at him, and so did the 2 other royal guards. He again swung his great giant head, hit our 2 friends. They went flying. With his other claw, he hit my father out of the way, and I fell back on my back with my shield just over me, and my spear flopped on the side. And this dragon my father hit the wall, and it made a horrible sound. I'm sure, I found out later he had 3 broken ribs, a broken arm, and a broken leg, but he survives this part of the story. Then the dragon began to go over me. So what I did was I saw a crack in the ground. It was a very convenient crack that had been cracked because a giant dragon is standing on the floor. I shoved the end of my spear into it with the sharp end aimed at him because I knew there was no way I'd have the strength to stab a dragon, all right? Especially crawling over me at full speed. My shield that I was wielding, I forgot to add, was the Ironshield because my father had thrown me the good shield. So it was the only reason I did not die in that moment, because the dragon was trying to climb over me, and the shield kind of created a defensive cage for me, slightly. I still did not get unscathed from that fight. Then the spear jabbed into the dragon. Jabbed into it got underneath one of his scales, and the dragon's full weight went onto the spear. With that horrible, horrible roar, the dragon jumped up. Now, if you do not know this dragon's name by now, the dragon's name was, I found out later, Smog the Terrible. It stabbed into his stomach, and the dragon roared with the most echoing roar. My ears, I could not even hear for a few seconds after. It was so loud. And it jabbed in, and I saw it go in, and one of its scales get slightly rended. All right? So it got underneath into its flesh. The dragon was angry, and remember, the dragon at this time was obsessed with the gold. He really did not care about us. He just wanted us out of his way so he could get to the gold. He was so angry, he reared up, and then he looked to the left with his anger, and he saw the main treasure room and the piles and piles of gold in the main treasure room. His eyes went super small again, and he just darted for the main treasure room, forgetting the room we were in right there, and ran down it. The spear fell out. The spear actually then snapped when he pulled away and broke in two. And remember, these spears were the pinnacle of dwarven craftsmanship. That is the only reason I think it was ever able to actually even get underneath a scale, because dragon scales, as we know, are some of the hardest things in Middle-earth to deal with. So at that point, he ran away and ran into the treasure room. We then had a group of other guardsmen from the front gate who survived, who were tracking the dragon, and a few of rangers of the dwarves, run up and start getting all of us out as quick as we can. They ran over to my father, Zollin, and told him, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "No." So they happened to bring some basic stretchers, which they then pulled my father away, and I had another one of the dwarves, I think his name was Randar Orc Killer or something, I forget his name. He picked me up on one shoulder, and his friend grabbed the iron shield because they knew it was a family heirloom, and they ran out. And then a couple other dwarves came in behind us and started collecting out of the private collection room, or the special small treasury, all the valuables they could. They even had a small cart with a few goats, and I've never seen dwarves load treasure up so quickly in my entire life. It was a sight to behold, even as much as the dragon itself. At that point, they rode away with some of the most valuables of the dwarven treasures. As Smog, we could hear him crashing through mountains of gold in the other room. We then all ran to the front gate to escape. And at that point, I don't remember anything, because I got knocked out. I was a little wounded myself. I just remember things going dark as I was being carried by a dwarf, and hearing breaking and roaring, and then that was it. I woke up 2 days later. Yeah, that was I found out my father survived. My siblings all lived. That was a good thing. So many of my friends were killed. That was terrible. Yes, that was about it. Yeah, so that is the story, at least in short form, of Zollin and his father defending the small royal treasury room from Smog. Copyright. That is all my story. So yes, guys, that's one of my made-up stories. Again, I will make a video sometime of every detail of my lore of Zollin with that story. But to finish my story, everyone, I did find out later that Smog was killed many years later, which was wonderful news. But I found out that rended scale that me and my father had rended was the very scale Smog decided to fill the small gap with a gem. It was the same gem that the thrush told Bard to shoot at, and broke off the scale. And later we see his father, Bard's father, actually knock off one of the scales with the trebuchet in the Hobbit movie, right? And that Hobbit, in the Hobbit movie, that scale that he knocked off was the very one that I rended when he attacked the Lonely Mountain. So, interesting providence there, that then later the thrush told Bard where to shoot, and that was the end of Smog. So, in some small part, me and my father had a slight addition to the demise of Smog, which gives me some hope that we did something that day, because we lost so many dwarves, and so many of our friends perished. So, that is the story, though. That is the story of what Zollin did as an 18-year-old dwarf. It's been many years since that happened. Zollin, I am now 30 years old? It's been many years. It's kind of hard to keep memories down. In fact, I wrote it down somewhere, but it's in one of my packs, so we'll find it later. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the story. So, that was my story for the campfires. Who else wants to do a story? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, I made that all up, guys, from perspective of YouTuber down here. That's my story I made up in high school. I made that up years ago. So again, that's my made-up fan lore mixed in for Zollin's background kind of thing. So I just tried to make it more fun story mode because I have a lot of facts just written down. So I added a lot of flavor. Nice sneak. Awesome. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. That was a very nice gift. I'm late. You're also not dead. Hail. Hey, you guys have any stories? Even if you're not in game, if you guys have a fun Lord of the Rings based story in the stream, we could add it too. But pretty much right now we're doing Kinship. Whoever wants to join in for the story mode here. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was a little long. That was pretty long. Hello. But yes, I will come out with a lore video later, guys. A fan lore video, obviously, in this case, of Zollin's background with that story in a little bit more detail. I'm going to write it out a little bit better and stuff, too. But hopefully that was kind of enjoyable, though, for you. Technically the first time I publicly said that story, so from when I made it many years ago in real life. So that is the copyright fan lore story of Zollin Ironshield and his background. Zollin helped kill Smog in a tiny way. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'll do a little bow. Oh no, Deke. It's $5 Canadian. Don't get too excited. Oh no. It's still like $3, right? I don't know what the actual. I don't know what the conversion is right now. I know that it's not quite as much as US, but there's very few things that are like. Usually things are close to US or a little under, but there's one I know. England was above for a while. Are they still? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how the countries all decide to do their money, right? All right, yeah, so since so many of you guys are here, we've been thinking, okay, since we're doing an event right now, Odie did his story, but if you have another one, if you guys want to do a second one, you can, of course. Just to let everyone know who's here right now, since a bunch of you just came in live, we're thinking about later, we're going to try to make like a calendar on voiceoftherings.com that will have events that we plan, right? That will have like soft events where like maybe they won't always happen, but we'll have certain days that we'll try to plan always doing events. And then we'll have like definite events for our kinship and stuff for our channel. And then also we'll try to put like LOTRO events on there and stuff too, that maybe we won't necessarily all go to, but you'll all know it's happening. If anyone wants to volunteer on helping with LOTRO events, that would be great, because I can make all our own kinship events, obviously, because I have to make it. But if anyone wants to make a little thing and send it to me in Discord, I would not be against that. Odie, do you have a story? Are you you could put a story out here for us. So again, I'm just reading the stories out right now. So that's what we've been doing for fun. So anyway, basically that one I just made, I made up some of it, obviously, but a lot of it is my old history that I made up a long time ago for Zollin. Halloween stories. Halloween stories are cool. Maybe Lord of the Rings theme them, though, a little bit. And maybe keep them more on, like, not super ghouly. Just try to keep them, like, they can be scary, but. All right. Let's see. Trying to think if I could give any other good stories right now. So we've had Bell's given a good story. John Hammer has. I've given a story. And I would not mind giving another story. It looks like the sun is coming up. It sure is. Well, cool. We had a fun little time doing stories there over the night. Well, I tell you. Have you tried that haunted burrow? Oh. Is that a story? Or are you just asking if we tried the haunted burrow? All right, so should I tell you the story of... All right, I've got one. I'm going to make it up on the spot. You guys ready? So I'll tell you another story of Zollin. This is 5 years ago. I was in the lands of southern Gondor, traveling the fields. I was riding my trusty steed Nugget, my goat, and we were traveling through the mountainous areas. This is an area that was mountainous, but the beaches were nearby, so you see an occasional palm tree from the lands of the south, Harad, and farther over. We heard a terrible screeching sound. It was quite mortifying. In all of my years as a dwarf, traveler, and adventurer, I had never heard such a screaming sound before. I was quite terrified of what it was, so I began traveling towards the sound. I assumed it was probably someone in need. It didn't sound like a goblin, because if it was a goblin, I would have ignored it. Sometimes that happens when they get eaten by a bear, but that's not important right now. So I started traveling up the mountain because it sounded like a human scream. So I traveled as quick as I could up the mountain. And as I was getting to the top, we traveled up maybe about 500 feet elevation. And as we were going up real quickly, suddenly I heard it coming down from a cliff edge. So I ran around the cliff edge as fast as I could with my sheer-footed goat, Nugget. As we came around the corner, there was a cave entrance, and the scream was definitely coming from inside the cave. At this moment, my goat was not pleased with the prospect of going into that cave. So I was like, okay, well, I will go on foot. So I let Nugget stay outside. I knew Nugget wouldn't run away, because Nugget is quite a brave goat. But I traveled into the cave. The scream was getting louder. I went around some spots, climbed up something. It was getting a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it was big enough that a human could fit, besides myself as a dwarf. So I kept going in, and as I got in there, I then came to a large opening, and there it was, in the dark, great red eyes, staring straight back at me. I didn't know what it was. I just grabbed out my axe as fast as I could, because I knew there was something not good. And I heard the scream again. It was in the room with me. It was a terrible sound. So I then rushed the thing with red eyes, and I heard a horrible growling sound. And then it jumped straight on me. I swung my axe. I missed. Something hit me in the shoulder. Good thing I had my armor on, because it scraped the armor good. There's still a scratch on it today. And it jumped past me and hit the wall. A crack broke the wall open, and a beam of light came into the room. It was very close to the outside of the mountain. I didn't even realize when I went in. I turned around, and there it was, a terrible, great warg. This warg had to be 500 pounds. It is the biggest warg I have ever seen. It was that, then the fight started. We fought for at least 2 minutes, which is a long time for a fight. He jumped on me, I swung, I cut his leg, he swung at me again, he scratched my arm, he broke my left knee cap protector, and which I was very angry because I just had my armor redone. So at that point, I got him directly into the side of his neck with my axe, and with a horrible, horrible squealing sound, the warg died. It was a good trophy. I was thinking I cut his neck pretty nicely. I could probably make a nice trophy out of his head at that moment. And then I heard the screech one more time, the human screech. I turned around, and it wasn't a human. It was this parrot on my shoulder here, this little friend that I now have. This is Larry, the parrot. I found him he was going to be eaten by the warg. He was cornered. He couldn't fly away. He seemed to have a damaged wing. So I took him in. I took care of him. And now I have him. He's been a friend ever since. Larry the Parrot. So he also can scream like a human, which was impressive. I thought for sure he was a human. So, but I saved Larry the Parrot from a giant warg. And that is why, to this day, we are good friends. The end. There. Made up story on the spot. Who wants to do another story? What's up, Epic Kingdom? Okay, Deke. That's fine. Sounds good. Anybody else? Larry the Parrot. Yep. His name's Larry. He's a good little guy. See him? Alright, looks like we have another one of our kinship come into the party here. Alright, we got a lot of people here at the fire pit side. Would anybody else like to tell a fireside story for our little event here? This has been quite fun. What do you guys think? Are you guys enjoying this? People telling the stories and people here on the stream? Has this been fun? I think it's been fun. I think it's kind of a fun community building thing to do together. It's like, yeah, I mean, I understand it's not quite as like energetic and like we're so used to in our culture, right? Of like the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Keep it going, right? And I try to do my best to make things peppy and fun for my streams and videos and recordings, but sometimes it's fun to just chill, talk about stories. I feel like we forget to enjoy ourselves and relax sometimes. We are cooking a warg, yes. It's salted pork. Or salted warg. Pork would be a pig. Alright, so if nobody else has any stories right now, we could do a little adventuring. If you guys want to. Because, like, I know a couple people prepared stories, but we already went through them. So, we've been already streaming for an hour and a half. Or an hour and 10 minutes, so. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the streams. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a very fun game. The best part is it's a free game, and if you don't have to have a supercomputer to play it. All right. I think, guys, at this point, it is fun just chilling. I think we should go on a little adventure. Let's see, can we, let me see, where have we not adventured in the last few streams? You know what, I got a better idea. Why don't we just go to, let's go to the Prancing, let's go to the Prancing Pony and check out the Prancing Pony. Can you guys do a fast travel to the Prancing Pony? Or somewhere near it? All right. We should all line up our horses and do the little prancing thing. Anyone else got the prancing emote? I know that it's something. I think it came with the the one like collector's expansion, right? Go ahead and meet and let's go to let's go ahead and go to Bree and go to the thing like we said though. All right. Woo! Hello, welcome to the stream, guys. All right, so we just did stories for an hour and 10 minutes. So now we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna go over to the Prancing Pony. Why, that hobbit can run really, really fast with Force March. Look at him go. Not as fast as my horse, but pretty fast. We're going over to the prancing pony. Look at my pony's a prancing pony, except this isn't a pony. This is definitely a very big horse. Alright, we're almost there. Welcome everyone to the prancing pony. It's a cool building, right? What's wrong with 65? What? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy, Neek. Yeah. Hip things is not fun. I have some family members that deal with stuff like that. I totally know. It's not fun. All right. The prancing pony. I hope that all goes good though. I hope that it helps with the surgery for that. You get a free coffee at McDonald's though. Oh. What, for being 65? Is that what you're saying, Albin? That's cool. Yeah, age, I would always say age is an illusion to an extent. It's not to the fact that, yes, our bodies break down, of course. I get that. But like, friendships and stuff, like, I've had people who are friends of all ages since I was a small child. Like, I've never thought of, like, oh, that person's 20 years older than me. I can't really be their friend. I've never, ever thought that in my whole life. It's like, yes, there's different experiences, right? All that kind of stuff, all that jazz, and different times, and, you know, and I think it is important to respect your elders and people that are older than you. I think so. I totally agree with that. But besides things like that are common sense in my mind, I think that, like, being friends with any age, I don't see what's wrong with that. And every different kind of, you know, personality type and stuff. I really think it's always interesting why I did that blog video on personality types. I think it's very interesting to get to know different people and their experiences and choices, which is what really matters. Personality type doesn't matter that much always. It really comes down to their choices, right? But I think it's really cool with making lots of friends at different ages. Again, like I teach much smaller children, and granted, I can't really be friends with them because they're so young. They don't really understand things yet. But again, I have people who are, you know, they're young high schoolers, and I totally am friends with them, even though I'm older than them, and people that are way older than me, right? And I have someone in my orchestra. She's 93 years old. I'm really good friends with her. I have fun talking with her all the time. So it's just like, that's an illusion, right? Like, it's funny because think about it from the perspective if we were all elves and we all got to a certain point and stopped aging, right? And we just lived like so long. That'd be weird if someone was like, you know, 10,000 years older than you. You're only like 25 years old, right? As an elf. But would it? Like, you could still be friends. But granted, that would be a really big experience difference, right? We don't get that as humans in real life, right? About 100 years, right? When it comes to experiences. Granted, there's some people that seem to take more experience in their life than others, right? You know, you all know who I'm talking about. The people who are just off the cuff. They really kind of always learn from their mistakes. They don't learn from others. That happens, right? That's up to each person what they want to do. It's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It's kind of there in the middle. Anyway, we're here at the Prancing Pony. We'll have some fun. Yeah, that's so cool, Neek. Exactly. Yeah, me and my mom, we're really good friends. So we have a lot of fun doing stuff together and going, you know, we'll even do, like, she needs help shopping or something. I'll go with her, and we have a lot of fun. It's nice too. And that's why building relationships is such a positive thing too. And you want to do your best on your side of the relationship, right? Being friendly, being nice, not being grumpy. We all do it, right? We all get grumpy sometimes. That's how it goes. But do our best not to, right? Always strive for as good as we can be. A lot of things can change in 10 years. That is true. That is very true. You hear Brody in the background? What's up, Brody? I think he wants food or something and he's being told he can't have it. 15? Well, now I feel old. I'm not 15. I didn't say that. No, you've... Oh, the kid... Oh, I see what you're saying, Alvin. Got it. I'm not older myself. But, again, a lot of times, though... A lot of times people will judge you based on your age, and I think people shouldn't do that either. Right? Like, I'm definitely something like that. I have a friend of mine who he never really wants to say his age. We're really good friends because he feels like every time he does, people will put him in a box and judge him. And unfortunately, a lot of us do that, right? We just tend to do that. I try really hard not to do that when people tell me their age. I'm just like, well, you're a friend no matter what your age is, right? But that's kind of why a lot of times I don't really say my age anymore, like on the channel, because like I don't want people to like put me in a box. I want this channel to be for all ages. I don't care if it's someone who's 10 years old or someone that's 95 years old. I want everyone to feel welcome on this channel, and I can understand those ages. Again, that's something, just because I haven't been 90 years old yet doesn't mean I can't understand the things they probably deal with, right? You could put yourself in the shoes. What are my dogs doing back there? Do you hear my dogs? What are they doing? What is happening? What is happening, dogs? Let me just check on them real fast, make sure they're okay. All right, I'm back. Oh, and mind you, I don't think you should ever be ashamed of your age too. So that's, again, that what I said a second ago, that wasn't the reason why I was saying I don't say my age very much anymore. I just don't want people to lump, you know, oh, this is what it is, right? And again, people always guess, you know, guess different ages, right, for people. So anyway, that's what I was saying. Yeah, no one should ever be like ashamed to be like, you know, I think it's fine when people say like, I've always been really open about like, oh, I don't care, this is my age, but I think it's good with the online stuff. I'm just like, you know what, just know I am on the younger end of things, which you all know. They were just barking at each other. I don't know what they were doing. They were like barking over the fence at each other. It's anybody like, burp, 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 burp. I was like, what are you doing, dogs? Stop it. All right. Anyway, I love the prancing pony. You guys want to travel over to the Green Dragon? Should we just travel to a couple of the pubs? We go to the Shire pubs along the road. That'd be kind of fun. You guys want to travel along the road, the Greenway? That would be kind of fun right now. Come on, guys. Let's go outside. Follow me. Grab a drink if you want, but I don't want the screen to be blurry for everybody else, so I'm not going to get a drink in the game. Wargs bark at wargs. Yes, exactly. Hello, other Gandalf. It's Gandalf shall not pass, and Gandalf, which is Gollum. Sheffer. Yes, exactly. I mean, everyone think about it, right? Tolkien isn't here with us anymore. Technically, Tolkien would be like 130 or something, right? I don't remember exactly, but look at how he loved all his fantasy stuff, and we have like every age that loves Lord of the Rings, right? Like, that's so cool. I love that. Anyway, enough about that, though. I got my point across. Look at this. Just walk outside a breed and you find a band playing. This is gonna totally get copyrighted though. But it's the Fireflies band, and they've got wings. They're totally themed. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, is everyone here? We're gonna ride to, I don't wanna do that too long because I'm gonna have to like remove it later for the video version of this. Because, YouTube hears the melody and they're like, copyright, even though it's someone playing it in a video game. Oh, look, there's a beautiful lighting up there again above the houses. All right, guys, so we are going to ride, regular ride, along the Greenway Road here. Make sure everyone's here. Is it just gonna be the three of us? No, everyone doesn't have to come if you guys don't want to. If you don't want to do the whole run, I understand. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just go ahead and start. People can teleport to the next place if they want to. They need practice. They gotta practice in game. Gosh, speaking of practice, I gotta go practice after this stream. My sax. We're doing an orchestra performance tomorrow, so I gotta make sure I got smooth. Anyone here in the stream play instruments? You don't, that's fine. You don't have to play instruments, right? I always feel like when people ask people if they play instruments, that like, if you don't, you like feel bad. You're like, no, I don't play an instrument. It's like, you don't have to play an instrument, guys. You don't have to. I'm just wondering if anyone does. If you don't, you're doing other things with your life. That's fine. You don't have to play an instrument. I love doing music. I really love playing an instrument in an orchestra. I'm definitely more of a guy who likes to play with a nice professional type group though than play like solo gigs. Like I can play solo and I've done it. Like I just did a performance the other day for a pretty much a family friend. Their mom passed away, but she was long, healthy, happy life. But I did it for the funeral. I played some stuff, Ave Maria and a few things. So I do the solo stuff. I don't really. I enjoy doing it more with a group, if that makes sense. Like a jazz band or an orchestra or a symphony, which I've played with all those groups. Dude, the Fellowship of the Ring movie was on television last night. Ooh, nice. I have not watched television in years. And again, I'm not that old, but I haven't watched television since I was like really little. Like when I was like 5 years old or 6 years old, we got rid of the television. Like my family, my mom was just like, we're done, no more television. And that was like really before YouTube and stuff. So we just didn't have a lot of cable and television. We had it like so we can watch like the news, which we don't want to watch the news anymore. Blech. Anyway, that's not the point. So yeah. Just test pattern there. Just totally drawing a blank on what I was saying, but that's okay. Moving on. I didn't want to talk about that. Is why my brain turned that off. I was like, nope. We're having fun today. And the two towers. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I can't. One thing I can't stand with television is like the constant commercials. And like, I get that commercials is how you make money, right? It's funny that I say that because like you guys supporting me watching the commercials on my thing and stuff, that supports me, right? So that's kind of how I make a lot of my money besides my wonderful Patreons who are the best for supporting me that way too. But yeah, it's like, but like TV commercials are like, I feel like TV commercials are like more than like YouTube and stuff does. Because YouTube, a lot of them are like skippable and stuff. But TV, it's like every I feel like there's like 40% commercials in time, right? It's like you get 6-7 minutes of the TV show and then you get like 4 minutes commercials. It's like, it's kind of crazy. Again, if you're someone that likes TV and cable or something, that's totally fine. I'm not trying to get you. That's just my thing. Is there a pub in Brandywine? I don't think there is. So we're just gonna cross the Brandywine Bridge here. Ah, beautiful. So anyway, back to my story. My mom, we had cable for some things, but we pretty much got rid of TV, which was really good because I was outside a lot. So like my media entertainment when I was younger was basically what we're doing right now. Not streaming, but LOTRO, okay? That was my, oh, here we go. Here's our first pub, the Golden Perch Inn. This is where we're gonna visit first. So that was kind of like, I played video games with my friends and stuff like that. That's kind of what I did. In fact, my mom didn't even give me a Game Boy or anything like that. She let me use the computer. Obviously, she was very ahead of her time with that kind of stuff. Like, you know, people were like, oh, don't let them play any video games. My mom's like, okay, if they were outside for 4 hours playing, I can give them an hour and a half of video games. That was my mom, right? She was like the eye rolls at the moms that were extreme, right? Again, and that's up to every mom. I'm not attacking any moms, but my mom was awesome, and I'm going to point that out, that she was way cooler. Okay, maybe a little bit honest. But my mom was very balanced, right? She was like school, spending time with family, being outside, and now you can play an hour or two of video games because you know, 8 hours was that other stuff. So, yeah.
Can I help you?
And who knew that we would be playing that game on streams, and that would be part of, like, you know, what I do later as a YouTuber, right? Who knew, right? It's kind of cool. All things come together for good there, right? God's design. All right, I just realized I didn't sell anything. I'm gonna just lock all my valuables here for crafting. Apparently I picked up a bunch of stuff and I didn't have my crafting carryalls with me. They're in my shared storage, so I realized I need to lock these. I keep all of my crafting stuff because I have enough crafting carryalls to have it for you guys, and then I have stuff so I can share with the kinship later. Oh wow, hold on, I don't want to sell that. All right, well, I was gonna buy stuff, but now I'm realizing there's a lot of stuff that I might not want to sell here. I do want to sell that, and that, and that, and that, and that. We'll keep the maps for now. There we go. I think I got everything. There we go. There we go. All right, let's buy a little treat from this guy. So anyway, I asked, and then I kind of cut everyone off. Anyone else here play any musical instruments, or any time in their life, even if they don't do anymore? Because again, of course, I sing. I play the saxophone. I can play the recorder, but I have an actual recorder, not just those plastic things. All right, I'm gonna go back out here. So we got a little snack there at the Golden Perch. My horse is trying to T-pose there. It's true. It's true, Gandalf shall not pass. That is so true. And my dad was also had a little bit of troubles with the gaming stuff. My dad was kind of like unreasonable with things too, because my mom was like so fair and fair-minded. Like, did you were outside for 2 hours a day. Okay, you did your homework. Okay, you spent time with the family. You can play games. My dad was like, you did all that. You still can't play games. But he wasn't really a very fair-minded person. I will never be like that with my kids. Sorry, side note. Moving on, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, Gandalf shall not pass. But that is so true about staying out of trouble. I think a lot of video games keep a lot of people, a lot of kids that would maybe go on the street and do something out of trouble. So there's probably a lot of positive things there. I think there's definitely, I've heard a lot of research now on things with video games is, of course there are negative things, right? People do it too much and they're not socializing or they're, gaining weight. Like of course there's negative things, right? But within reason, like anything, right? There's a lot of positives too, right? Building friendships online. For some things, really mind work, mental work, right? Like you're working your mind out, especially fast-paced games or stuff, or things are just really complicated, like learning-wise. Finger movements, that kind of stuff, muscle memory, eye coordination, that really helps in video games too, right? And then of course, staying out of trouble for some kids, right? Now, my mom was pretty good about things, so I never really really had troubles with that. Just kind of how I was, but you never know. Different time dimension, different, multiverse. Maybe I could have had trouble. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's true, Odie. Well, I mean, again, Odie, it comes down to, right, choice, people's what they choose, and also it's a tool, right? Just like anything else. Entertainment, video games, TV, they're a tool. So pick and choose. Protect your eyes from things you shouldn't be looking at, right? Or hearing, right? So if something you think isn't moral in your opinion, right? Don't watch it. That's right. Like just because the whole culture's watching something, you don't have to watch it, right? It's your choice, your life, right? Piano and recorder. Nice, John Hammer. Yes, yeah, recorder is a very common one. I learned it when I was really young, pre-high school, and then later I got a wooden recorder and I got better at it. But the best part is, I don't know if a lot of you know, but the recorder's fingering is actually almost identical to the saxophone. Just a little bit more complicated than the sax, obviously. So that was kind of cool to find out. It kind of like helped me go into saxophone when I started saxophone at 12 years old. And of course, the saxophone is a newer type instrument, right? Oh, that's cool, Anderson. All right. Violin, guitar. Okay. Yeah. I took a class from a really awesome man, Dr. Powers was his name, and in college. This is a good class I enjoyed. And we did one on history of music and stuff. And it's funny because a lot of the history change is like when I was younger, right? Like, and that's not that long ago. And then you go back, 50, 60 years, and it's a huge amount of change, right? With technology and stuff in music. So that was really interesting to learn all that. I think they were all good times. Solitaire. Oh yeah, dude, Solitaire is a fun game. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and write a little more here. Let's go to the next shop while we're talking. Oh yeah, that makes sense, Neek. That makes sense. Yeah, I definitely think video games are a wonderful escape way, and I've also see that the right level of it, I think video games can be something to help people from being depressed or frustrated and stuff, right? Now, I would say there are other reasons they are not going to be it's going to be a band-aid, right? It's not going to fix everything. You're right. You need to fix an emotional thing, talk to someone, everyone needs Jesus. That's what you really need. But my point is, without going into that, is that I think video games really can help people get through things. Because I know when my family went through some stuff, right? A divorce, okay? I'm not going to go into it, though. We're happy today. But it really helped me, and my mom knew it, to let me play with my friends on Lord of the Rings Online and a couple other video games. So, and she also realized my mom, I had a little bit of dyslexia at the time. I don't really care to say. A bunch of people have that. It's not an uncommon thing. There's different levels, degree of dyslexia, right? But I don't have it like, what's his name? Einstein. Einstein would write his letters backwards. I don't have, it's not like that. I just flip letters when I get tired, so it makes me read a little slower sometimes, but I've defeated it mostly. That's why I read all the time on my streams and videos. But yeah, I think it's really good, to do that. It really helps out with stuff. Look at how beautiful it is here. Is there I think there's a place right here in Frogmorton. Maybe not? I thought there might be a little pub in Frogmorton. Oh, there is. Yes, there is. The Floating Log Inn. I don't think I've ever actually come to the Floating Log Inn. Maybe I have, I don't know. Look at this, it's the Floating Log Inn. Cool. Hello there.
Can I help you find something, friend?
But yeah, I think video games, what I was saying, can really help people out in that way too. I think they can be a very positive thing. Just like any tool in life, within reason, it's gonna be good. Too much, too little, too little video games just makes us sad, but too much can be too much, obviously. It's like anything. Yeah, recorder can be gorgeous. I have a friend who plays for his church all the time with a recorder. He's so good. It sounds like a different instrument. When you hear recorder from children, and then you hear, it's like, right? And then you hear recorder of a professional with like a wood recorder. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's such a beautiful instrument. In fact, you probably heard songs you never realized it was recorded. You probably thought it was a flute or something. Serious. Bassoon. Bassoon is such a cool instrument. I almost played the bassoon for a while, but I was already kind of happy with my saxophones. So look at this view, guys. Look it. It's the Shire. Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? Piano and flute. Oh yes, very nice, Sherry. Yeah. So again, I've taken piano. I cannot play piano fluently at all, but like I know all the theory behind it. I know how to do the fingering and play and stuff, which is kind of what you have to do if you take music theory. It's kind of like you have to know how the piano works and how to do basic chord structures and stuff on the piano when you take music theory. It's so helpful. The piano, it's like what you kind of build things around for people's minds, and really helps think about the intervals and all the things. And we're not going to start a music theory lesson, I promise. You guys all know the old joke about music theory versus rocket science? So music theorists always make the comment that, come on, you guys, to their class. This isn't rocket science, right? And then you go to a rocket science class and they're like, come on, guys. This isn't music theory. It's like a joke because they're both just as hard. They are. They're really... Music theory is not... I would not say it's easy. If you like music and you want to go into it, you can do it. Put your mind to it. But it's not easy. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just was really good at it and I loved it, so I really focused really hard to learn. But, so I chose to. Trumpet. Trumpet's a great one, Odie. Super good, fun instrument. I've been picking up quests. Nice, Jeffrey. Nice. Oh, dude. Had a recorder from Germany. Yeah, I know. Germany makes some nice stuff. Their engineering and stuff is really good. Look at how cool that horse looks. Your character looks awesome. Love this background music down the Shire. It's awesome. Speaking of what we're listening to right now. Is this a recorder? Because I was thinking it was a flute. No, like I just said, but this, the music. Sounds like a wooden recorder almost. Maybe it is. Look it up later. What instruments are known and available in Middle Earth? The recorder, I believe, is actually. But let's see. All right, here's what we got. All right. We've got the bassoon, the bagpipes, the clarinet, the cowbell. Always need more cowbell, guys. The drum, the fiddle, the flute, the harp, the horn, the lute, the pibgorn, which is a really weird instrument. The theorbro. How do you say that? Oh gosh, I know this word. How do you say oh gosh, I have troubles with this one. Theorbo or whatever. Lute of the Ages, Misty Mountains harp, student's fiddle. So I guess I don't have the clarinet. I mean, the recorder thing is the clarinet. I think it looks like a recorder, but those are the ones we have right now. The bassoon, yes. My gosh, my little cousin, she used to tease me. My second cousin, she'd be like, I'm like, what instrument do I play? And she'd go, the bassoon, or no, the tuba. The tuba? I was like, no, it's a saxophone. And she goes, hey, it's a tuba. She just like teased me. It was so funny. She's such a funny little child. And now she's like 16. Time flies. All right, the Green Dragon. The classic one. And if it's in Bywater, it's not Inhabitant. Everyone always thinks the Green Dragon is Inhabitant. It's not. It's in Bywater. It's right down the road, though, so. All right, what do you got for sale, mister?
Quit dawdling and tell me what you want.
I'm your Patreon. What do you mean, quick dawdling? All right, I'm gonna buy. Let's see. We'll buy some tasty rations. Delicious. Go sit over here at this table and eat my rations. The role play. Delicious. Yeah, it's really cool. This Durin's Day event is very cool that John Hammer showed us. I'm so glad you pointed it out today, John Hammer. I don't know why, Andreas, your message was restricted for some reason. I don't know if you removed it or if YouTube did that. I don't know why. I really wish I could unrestrict. I don't have an option for that. Why doesn't YouTube give me an option to do that? Unless you deleted it. Maybe that's why. Love the leaf cap. Yeah, it is a pretty cool. She got a cool horse. All right, let's keep going, guys. There's like double flutes playing right there. This might just be a wooden flute that's playing for the background music. That could be all it is. I need to sit up a little bit. Oh. I'm bending over too much here. Back. Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm. The dual simmer. Oh yeah, that's a cool instrument. It is very cool. Do you guys like the oh gosh, what's it called? The theremin? You guys ever seen the theremin? It's like an electrical instrument. Like, I mean, there's a lot of instruments for electrical, but like you literally interrupt the electric waves to make the sound. It's like gives you that really eerie sound. Super cool though. All right. Oh, hello there, sir.
I'm pleased to be of service.
Oh, see, this guy is much nicer. The ivy bush in is much nicer, dude. He doesn't rush us. Aha! All right, well, I think we visited most of them. I'm trying to think. I think there's one in Mickle Delving, right? Possibly. My horse is a big horse. All right, this way. Guess it is a Clydesdale. Look at this beautiful area. Yeah, it's very tippy in sci-fi, yeah. It's a lot of the stuff like the old movies from the 80s and stuff, which I was not around. But a lot of those movies you hear and stuff is the theremin. It's very cool sounding instrument. It's not something I would want to listen to all the time, I'll be honest, but it's still cool. Yeah, I think the last place we'll probably find it is in Mickle Delving. There's a Needle Hole. Needle Hole might also have a little pub. I don't remember. There's a lot of pubs in the Shire. It's almost like Tolkien was a fan. I'm just kidding. We know that England and Scotland had a lot of those too. They still do today. A lot less than they used to though, from what I heard though. That's the Shire Auction Hall. Where is the pub? It's over here, I believe. Something to sit right here. There it is. The Bird and Baby Inn. Look at that. That's I think this is supposed to be adorable, but I don't know, it just kind of freaks me out. We should change the name of the Bird and Baby Inn. Can you believe that? Madness. The person back there. That's alright. That's alright. Yeah, let's we'll keep talking about fun things. Alright, this is the Bird and Baby Inn. Some of the bounders up in the Brockenborings may want some coin, more coin. Ha! In my day, being a bounder was an honor. That's funny.
What can I do for you this fine day?
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Hobbit. You can, let's see. We'll take a healing salve. I don't know why, just for fun.
I'm pleased to be of service.
There we go.
What can I do for you this fine day? Good day. How may I help you? What can I do for you?
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Can I help you find something?
If you're clicked on someone, you click you, it activates the using them.
can I do for you this fine
So I can click
day?
it over and over.
Good day. How may I help you? I'm pleased to be of service.
So if you spam
Good
you
day.
on someone you're
How may I
clicked
help
on,
you?
they'll
I'm
keep
pleased to be
talking.
of service. I'm pleased to be of service.
That's kind of
Can I
funny.
help
It's
you
a
find something, friend? Good day. How may I help you? What can I do for you this
He's just
fine
going
day?
because I spammed
Good
it.
day. How may I help you? Can I help you find something, friend? Good day. How may I help you?
I didn't realize you could
I'm
do
pleased to be
that.
of service. Can
You
I
could,
help
like,
find something, friend?
Loop the voice by
I'm
just
pleased to be of
spamming it.
service. I'm pleased to be of service.
He's still going.
Good day. How may I help you?
It just stacked it up.
What can I do for you this fine day?
Oh my
What can I do
gosh.
for you this fine day?
Run!
Can I help you?
Run!
Good day. How may I help you?
Oh no! He's following us! Run!
I'm pleased to be of service. What can I do for you this
Let him help you! Let him! No! Run away! Oh, we're free. That's too funny, dude. He's almost passive aggressive. Hello, fine day. Let me help you. Please, please, please let me help you. What do you want? Ah! Sorry, okay, I'll stop. That's kind of what I felt like was happening. It's like someone help this hobbit. All right, I think the last place we gotta check is the upper northern town of, I mean, in theory, I think Overhill, Brockingboars, and this one all have a pub too, and so does Needlehole. I'm gonna write up the Needlehole real quick. I'm just curious. We'll just do a little loop around the Shire here. It's so pretty to see the Shire anyway. Why not, right? The cow. Can we interact with the cow? Nope. I wish you clicked on it. It would be like, no, no. Little Delving. I wonder if Little Delving has a pub. There's some houses here. Little Delving has one of like the original like level of like 2 and 3 quest locations. Such a beautiful questing location. I think maybe that's why the Lord of the Rings games, like here's one of the quests right here I've never did.
Please, stay a moment.
Oh, it didn't work. Let's try. It didn't work with him. I'm trying to make it. Please stay. Stay a moment. Stay. Is there a... Oh, this is a quest I never turned in right here. Mundo Sackville Baggins. Oh, it's him.
Might I have a word with you?
Might I have a word with you? This is outrageous, Zollin. I will not be satisfied until I receive compensation for my treatment at the hands of those Blackwalls. I have been most ill-used, and it is more than any hobbit would stand. A Sackville Baggins should be able to travel throughout the Shire and even into Breland, if he wishes it, without danger of being abducted. And when a Sackville Baggins is promised gold, he had better receive some gold when the whole thing is done with. It is only fair. I wrote this letter while I was in Archet. It doesn't include the business with the brigands during the this is way back quest I never turned in. Archet or that ranger Amdir becoming so queer, but it's sure to be enough for old gosh, these names. Flower Dumpling. Take my letter to Mayor Will Whitefoot in Mickle Delving. He'll be just outside the town hall, which will be to your left, surrounded by hedges when you enter the town. Okay. I don't see any place to go here, so let's keep going, guys. I will help you. I just went you. Anderson. You cannot resist. I will help you. I will save you. I'm gonna swim down this river. Swim, 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 swim. I got to feed my wargs. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I always joke with the dogs. So wargs obviously is one term, right? Wow, look how beautiful this field is. It's so cool. So pretty. Just running around in the Shire is so fun. Yeah, I got to feed your dogs like the wargs. If you guys know from like Warhammer 40k, like a wog, what a wog is. So I'm like, my wargs, they're gonna go on a wog. And then my dogs are all like, because they're like, it's a walk. It's quite fun. They know pretty well though. Hello there, Wolfie, welcome. They know pretty well though, the different terminologies, like the dogs, like the different letters. So if I say a wog versus a walk, they know the difference of the word. It's really quite impressive. And they know the different sound, I guess. By the way, guys, I am planning on making class reviews for the updated Bjorning captain and the new Mariner. But I'm just gonna make sure I have the Mariner out before November, when the actual expansion is fully out and everyone's playing it. Because I've been telling you guys, I've been very, very busy the last 2 days, so I'm trying my best to kind of pace myself and make sure I make you guys good content and do stuff for you, but at the same time that I don't overexert myself, because I'm doing a lot of other things. I also did this huge project in the house, like 3 or 4 big projects that I just had to kind of get done. Been needing to get done for months. So, like, redid my whole closet and stuff. I really didn't want to do it, but I hadn't done it in like 2 years, and I'm like, I gotta go through and get rid of old stuff and pack away things that I don't need right now, kind of stuff, because it was just too much clothes in the closet. I don't have a very big closet, okay? All right. I definitely know it. Very blessed with all these cool replicas and stuff, but I've collected them over a long time, and a lot of them when I was younger were gifts, right? Be like my one Christmas present for my family. You know, I want this one item. So, and a lot of times I got them on sale and stuff, so. I'm just someone who's been collecting from the very beginning, so I didn't just buy all this stuff all at once. I'm not that well off. It would be nice to be able to just buy everything, right? But, you know what? I'm very happy in life. I've got a great community building here on the stream. Thank you to my Patreons and you guys for watching, because you gave me enough to have food on the table right now. And I am blessed. I still have a, wonderful family. We all kind of live in the same abode, a couple different family groups, which is nice. But we have our own space, our own areas. So we're very close, though. It's kind of fun, It's back in the olden days. If you guys remember back in the day, when people, most families would stay together. And a lot of times, like, I know I have a friend in Scotland that did this. They built another house on their big land they had, like a smaller house, for their daughter, who then married someone, and they lived at that house, right? And he had his own job and stuff. But like that idea of just like leaving your family, right? I think that's fine for some people, and I think that's good. But I don't think it should be a negative thing where like, oh, you have to hit this age and you have to leave. It's like, why can't you work together, right? Now, granted, once you're an adult, you have to have your space a little bit from your parents, obviously. There's some fine lines there. But if your parents respect it, right, that that. But again, I'm still respectful to my mom, because she is technically the one who owns the location, right? But and we get along so good. But again, I do a lot of stuff, so I just redid something on the house for her. So I do a lot of things to try to help out. I'm the handyman. I know how to do plumbing. I know how to. I've learned a lot of things over the years. Gosh, it saves a lot of money, though. So a lot of times I'll do the heavy labor, or I'll do something that I know I can figure out or do, and, saves our family $600, right? That kind of thing. Got to do that stuff in life, right? Not to mention, I love learning things. Learning something with carpentry, or doing a plumbing thing, or, figuring out how to fix this or paint that, or, repair a device that broke. I love doing that kind of stuff. This spot is gorgeous, and I just want to show you guys. Look at that. Beautiful, right? I think that might be somewhere we can go in over there. You guys, oh, is this? You guys are very patient. I realized I kind of just went into a monologue, so try not to do that in random things. This is that beautiful building, but it looks like we can't go in this building. It's pretty though. So it doesn't look like there's anything here in Overhill. I think our friends are trying to catch up to me, so I might wait a second and let you guys catch up. I just love doing a little walkabout around the Shire. Just do a little travel around the Shire. Such a pretty location. It's gorgeous. I don't remember, because I know there's some stuff to do with werewolves in Lord of the Rings lore. Like, because I know Sauron turned into a werewolf, right? And then I think there were other ones too, kind of like how there's vampires a little bit, that they're slightly different than regular vampires, but they have some similarities. And like the Marevil, LOTRO goes into it more. But that's a good little picture. There's all of us right there. Everyone smile. That's a good one though. But yeah, I don't remember if wargs can speak. I think they may be able to speak like the black speech, like really simply, possibly, from what I remember. Was it Edward in Lord of the Rings? I don't know. Was he? Probably an Edward somewhere in Lord of the Rings. Alright, so we're here. I wanted to see if is there a Overhill, Hobbiton, Scary. Aha! There's the office. We can go in the office. I was kind of wondering if there was another pub here. Maybe there's not. Alright, there's been a lot of outsiders coming into the Shire lately. Dude, look at that guy's key. That's a freaking awesome key. Look at that key. I want that key in real life. That thing is like this big. It's bigger than my hand. They just got a little prison cell. All right. Meow. You cat. Whoa, I'm doing a little T-pose there. Up the hill? Oh, up the hill there's a pub? Okay. Oh, up that hill? Oh, above it. Oh, okay, okay. Follow the cool water footprints. Oh, we've got the, what is this? The plog and star in? Oh, the plow. Trying to figure out what it was. The picture helped. It's one of those words that I'm like, I don't read this ever, so I don't know what it says. The plow and star in. So the question is, do you guys plow your fields at night under the stars? Is that why you call your thing this?
Can I help you find something, friend?
No, sir. There's nothing I need, but...
Good day. How may I help you?
Interesting. I can't do it again. I wonder if that one NPC had a glitch where I could do it over and over. You guys think? Possibly? Uh-oh. Warning everyone. YouTube's gonna put an ad in. We'll wait like 10 seconds. Oh, look at this guy. She remembers me. A strong stomach, steady legs, eh, Zollin? Yeah. Yeah. That's why I got 3 belts. This shirt has 3 belts. Definitely trying to singe up the dwarven weight there a little bit with all these belts. Alright, well, this is a neat little place. I like the layout. I like that they've got boars on the wall. They need to work on their, they got some cracks in the wall. That's not Not necessarily a good thing. They're gonna have dirt coming in. Oh, there's a little... Oh, wait, there's a back to this place? What? There's like a kitchen and... Oh, they got a cellar? That's kind of cool. I always like how, like, every single building that LOTRO does has, like, common sense things, right? Like, oh, of course, there'd probably be a cellar, so they put one, right? It's kind of cool. All right. Well, my friends. Well. Have we explored... Does this one have a... Hold on. Is there any other... Let's see. I want to see if there's any other... Is there a tavern down in, that location? What is it called? Bung something? I forgot what it was. Let's go look. It'll finish up our... We'll come full circle to the end of our story here today. So going north of there, we'll go to Evendim. Man, just love this game so much. But again, just so you guys know, we will think about doing... we will definitely think about doing... I'll try to get some kind of a schedule up, right? Again, right now, I'm gonna have to think about how to... I want to make sure when we schedule things for the kinship events that it's something that I can actually do, because I don't want to be like canceling things, because that's no fun when people are planning on things. So I have to make sure when I commit to things that we can really do it. So I'll make sure. You know me. I really try really hard if I schedule something to not like change it completely, unless it's like canceled. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna schedule the Return to Moria probably around the same time as today, but for Tuesday when it comes out. But if the creators push it, we're not gonna be able. We won't do the stream that day. So just if it changes the day of, just know I'll leave a comment on it or something, or I'll send it, Discord. You guys should join the Discord. Link's down there. If you're not already in the Discord, you should join it. It's a better way to know what's going on with our community too. But I might update one of my information tabs in Discord that'll be like for scheduled things. Because I have an event one, but maybe a scheduled one, so I can like put things ahead. So you can plan on it. It's kind of fun. It makes it a little bit more fun of a community thing if we all kind of know ahead of time. I mean, granted, I know a lot of you know I'm going to probably do something on Saturday usually, but this is a big town. Is there a pub? Is this a pub up here? Actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever really stopped in this spot. Well, you can't go in there, unfortunately, but there's a guy here at the door.
Please, stay a moment.
Black Rider at Night. Oh, wow. This is a cool quest. I've never done this one. I might run around and do quests in the Shire sometime on like a LOTRO adventure. You guys see that? It's because I feel like doing it to see what they are. Because I have never really like fully done the entire Shire. Like I've done a bunch of them, obviously. But like I haven't gone around and looked for every single Shire quest. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on Zollin, on my character, so... He's my completionist. Try to get everything done on Zollin. Well, this is a gorgeous location. Look at these adorable little piggies. All right. Well, my friends, I think next to these two hobbit lasses, we will finish it up there. Anyone got any more questions for me or anything? I am gonna go make you guys some videos right after this. And then I'm going to try to take a break today and practice my saxophone for my orchestra thing tomorrow. So, and yes, I will post a little thing of the live for you later this week on my blog playlist on the channel, if you guys want to hear it. Some of the songs you'll have heard before, one or two of them we've done before. One of them I don't think you've heard yet on the channel. But it's some pretty awesome songs. Hopefully, pray it goes well. We usually always do good, but like our group, we're like shooting to become better and better quality. We're a small group, but like because of that, it really makes it where you have to really practice really, really well, right? Because any mistake is easier to hear, right? But we're getting there. Our goal is to always go as professional as we can. My leader and a lot of the people in my group are, obviously I was a music major in college, but my leader, she has like her master's in music too and stuff, so it'll be a lot of fun. So we're getting there. We got a really nice compliment from someone, one church we went to. They were like, they made a compliment. They were the organ player, and they were like, They're like, oh, you know, your performances, you know, it was so good. And this is for our choir, actually. This one for our orchestra. They're like, it was so good. Like, you were better than this other choir we know about. And we're like, wow, because the other choir was like, you know, 50 people or whatever. And we hear a group of like, you know, 10 or something with our choir. Our orchestra's a little bigger. We're like 20 something. But we used to be even bigger. We used to, at one point, we were over almost a 30 plus piece orchestra. And that was when we had a bigger area to practice. COVID kind of made it where we now have to practice at a place that we can only have so many people in. But it kind of worked out because some people had to change and leave and stuff too. So, but you know what? We always have just the right amount of parts no matter what. So God's pretty good about that. It's pretty fun. So it should be a blast. Thank you everyone for being here today. You guys all look great. Let's take a screenshot. Ha ha! So look at our awesome group here. All right. Well, my friends, thanks again. Hope you all have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Before I forget, hopefully this doesn't freeze things up. We'll find out right now. We're good. Thank you to my Patrons for their support. Thank you to our anonymous Royal Guard, who doesn't want me to shout his name. Thank you. My subscribe button's there. Next episode is up there. And over there is Lord of the Rings, some stuff if you're watching later. And again, Discord, guys, if you're not already in it. You guys all good? No questions for me? Guess I'll call it there. Thank you for hanging out, guys. That was a fun 2-hour stream. It was our first storytelling event. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves, and we will do more events in the future. And that was pretty fun. So maybe we can get more people to do that, so we can have maybe like, you know, 5-10 stories to read in the future. So and people can even have several if they want to. Yeah, it was fun. We're not going to do that every week, but we'll do that like, you know, maybe we'll do a storytelling event once every month or once every 2 months or something. Yes, of course, Wolfie. Thank you. See you, Jeff. It was fun riding around. It definitely was. Yep, see you, Neek. All right, guys. Have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth, and I'm off to make you guys some more videos. Thanks, Storyteller. Baruch Hazad, Kuzad, menu. Thank you guys for always being here and a lot of my usuals. I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. We're growing an awesome community here. Baruch Hazad, Kuzad, menu.